Prince Harry is on the horns of a dilemma over whether to attend King Charles' coronation, a royal expert has said. Nigel Cawthorne claimed the Duke of Sussex's popularity will nosedive further if he joins the Windsors at Westminster Abbey on May 6, but if he stays away he risks being accused of turning his back on the royal family. Mr. Cawthorne, author of Prince Andrew, Maxwell and the Palace, also said King Charles faces a dilemma over Prince Harry and Prince Andrew attending the coronation. He explained, Charles is in an impossible position. If either Andrew or Harry, or both, turn up, they are going to besmirch the coronation and take the spotlight away from him. Mr. Cawthorne added, Harry's on the horns of a dilemma too. How unpopular does he want to be? Every time he opens his mouth he plummets in the opinion polls. Has the royal family's Eddie the Eagle? If he turns up, he risks having rotten tomatoes thrown at him. If he stays away, has turning his back on the royal family. Only, by the way, my son and daughter are a prince and princess. Follow below for the latest updates on the royal family. 6 hours ago 22:38 Jonathan King Edward V's secret letter to Hitler emerges. A secret letter from King Edward VIII to Adolf Hitler before the Second World War has been unearthed in royal archives. The letter exposes Edward's adoration for the Nazi dictator and his extreme far-right politics. Edward writes of the beautiful hours he and his bride Wallis Simpson spent in Hitler's company at his Berghof lair in the mountains of Bavaria, where the Führer would later plan the course of the war. Historian Alexander Larman found a draft of the letter after researching archives for a new book on the Duke of Windsor. Mr. Larman told the Mirror, if he hadn't been the king, I am sure he would have gone to prison. He was a Nazi sympathizer to the extent that it complicated his loyalties. His actions, at worst, were purely treasonous. 6 hours ago 22:26 Jonathan King Royal Canadian Mounted Police give King Charles a horse. King Charles has been given a horse by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Buckingham Palace said in a statement that Noble, a 7-year-old black mare, is settling into life at the Royal Mews in Windsor. The horse, which stands at 16.2 hands high, toured with the Mounties musical ride in 2022, where she participated in 90 public performances at 50 different locations across Canada. Bred and trained in the country, she received her name through the Mounties and well named the full contest. King Charles was said to be pleased to meet Noble at the Royal Mews earlier this week. The move follows a long tradition of the Mounties gifting horses to the royal family. The relationship between the royals and the force dates back to 1904 when King Edward VII bestowed the title of Royal on the Northwest Mounted Police, making it the Northwest Mounted Police. The Mounties gifted 8 horses to Charles' mother the Queen throughout her reign, starting with Burmese in 1969. The Queen rode Burmese at Trooping the Colour for 18 years. 6 hours ago 21:54 Jonathan King Harry risks giving his children the same upbringing he had former MEP Patrick O'Flynn, writing for Express. Co.uk, has questioned why the Duke and Duchess of Sussex want their children to have royal titles. Harry and Meghan said it is their son and daughter's birthright to be titled as it emerged this week that they would adopt the formal titles, Prince Archie Harrison and Princess Lilibet Diana. Mr. O'Flynn said, "If you truly thought you had grown up stuck in a system which had wrecked your childhood and young adulthood and trapped your father and brother, wouldn't you want to keep your own children as far away from that as possible?" That is the Duke of Sussex's assessment of his upbringing as a royal prince and the impact royalty also had on his dad and older sibling, shared with us over numerous media outpourings. He continued, "All this makes it frankly bizarre that Harry and Meghan should this week have put out an official press statement in which they declare that it is the birthright of their children Archie and Lilibet to take the titles of royal prince and princess respectively." Read the story in full 7 hours ago. 21:23 Jonathan King Edward mimics the King during first outing as Duke. Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, accompanied her husband Edward on a visit to the Scottish capital yesterday as the couple greeted fans in the city's Royal Mile. The visit took place just hours after the pair's new titles were announced. Although Sophie usually takes the lead while out in public with Edward, a body language expert has claimed it was the Duke who took the reins during yesterday's engagement in Scotland. Judy James told Express.co. UK, Edward's status signals do seem to have increased here, with his long dark tailored overcoat resembling a uniform greatcoat and his much more in the spotlight body language behaviours as he greets the crowds, while Sophie looks on. It is normally Sophie taking the lead on most of their public appearances, but all eyes, including hers, are on the new Duke of Edinburgh here. Read the full story 8 hours ago. 20:44 Jonathan King Harry and Meghan enter uncharted territory as fellow celebrities laugh at couple. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are entering uncharted territory as they receive ridicule from fellow celebrities, it has been claimed. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been mocked and criticised in recent weeks by South Park, Rebel Wilson, and Chris Rock. Palace Confidential host Joe Elvin remarked, "They might be used to media criticism, but this criticism, from celebrities, is quite uncharted territory, isn't it? This is other celebrities having a pop at them." Read the full story 9 hours ago. 19:32 Jonathan King Harry and Meghan's title announcement was timed as revenge for Camilla coronation plan. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been accused of using their announcement of Prince Archie Harrison and Princess Lilibet Diana's royal titles as a retaliation against senior royals. Speaking to Palace Confidential, the Daily Mail's diary editor Richard Eden claimed that the timing of the announcement was revenge aimed at King Charles. He said that two big developments in recent weeks, the Frogmore Cottage eviction and the coronation roll of Queen Camilla's grandchildren, had likely upset Harry and Meghan. Read the full story 10 hours ago. 18:21 Jonathan King What's the history behind Prince Edward's new title? Prince Edward is the new Duke of Edinburgh after King Charles bestowed the title on his youngest brother on Friday. Edward is following in the footsteps of a long line of Dukes of Edinburgh, dating back 300 years. The prestigious dukedom was first created in 1726 for the son of George II, Prince Frederick, who went on to die after being hit with a cricket ball. Frederick was the heir apparent, but the hatred between the prince and his parents sparked a national scandal. The king once told people his son, who was also the Prince of Wales, was a changeling and no true child of his, while his mother Queen Caroline called Frederick an ass, a liar and the greatest beast in the whole world. He died before his father at the age of 44, so never became king. His death was later found to be due to a blood clot in his lungs. The title passed to his son Prince George, who later became King George III. George III was the longest reigning king in British history and dubbed Farmer George for his love of agriculture and experimentations with crop growing. He is widely remembered for two things: losing the American colonies and his so-called madness, although is actually thought to have suffered from a hereditary physical disorder called porphyria. In 1764, Prince William Henry, George Ives' brother, was given the joint title the Duke of Gloucester and Edinburgh, which was also later inherited by his son Prince William Frederick, who died without an heir. During the reign of Queen Victoria, the sole Duke of Edinburgh title was created again for Victoria's second son Prince Alfred, later Duke of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. He travelled the seas serving in the Royal Navy and was once shot in the back during a failed assassination attempt in Sydney. Plans for him to become King of Greece were blocked by the British government, and he had an unhappy marriage to Grand Duchess Maria Alexandrovna, the daughter of the Russian Tsar Alexander II. In 1947, Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten was given the title the Duke of Edinburgh ahead of his marriage to Princess Elizabeth, later Queen Elizabeth II. Born a prince of Greece and Denmark, Philip went on to become the longest-serving consort in British history. 11 hours ago 17:24 Jonathan King. Prince Harry playing dangerous game to reinvent Sussex image in the US. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been accused of playing a dangerous game in the US after news of their daughter Lilibet's christening was first broken by People magazine, despite the Sussexes claiming in 2020 they intended to amend their media relations policy and would engage with grassroots media organizations and young, up-and-coming journalists upon stepping down from royal duties. Royal commentator Daniela Elzer pointed out in an op-ed for the New Zealand Herald that despite Harry tearing down the firm for playing the media game, he has done just that with the promotion for his memoir Spare, which has seen him give a number of revealing interviews for mainstream media outlets. She wrote, "This week's Lily christening story was broken by the most tabloid of titles, and by a London-based journalist who frequently covers the royal family and has to spend grey mornings in Welsh towns reporting on the Princess of Wales' outings, no less." She added, "To be clear here, the actual story does not directly quote the Duke or Duchess, but it does include confirmation from a spokesperson and details about when the event took place, Friday, March 3, and by whom, the bishop in the Episcopal Diocese of Los Angeles, the Reverend John Taylor, along with a plethora of intimate details." Yet there has been no outcry by the Duke and Duchess about their privacy being breached, about the press poking their rapacious noses into the family's private life. Ms. Elzer said that Harry's mother Princess Diana also had a similar relationship to the press, sometimes courting the attention and at other times crying out against being hounded. 11 hours ago 16:52 Jonathan King bodyguard warns Meghan and Harry against attending Charles' coronation over threats. Richard H., a bodyguard with over 20 years of experience, told Express. Co.uk Harry and Meghan's security would be co-located with the royal family during the coronation on May 6. Asked what threats the American-based couple could face while in Britain, Mr. H said, "The threats are wide-ranging from the cracks and lunatics up to the seriously planned attacks." Read the full story. 12 hours ago 16:01 Jonathan King. Prince Harry's family did attend Lilibet's christening. Prince Harry's close family did attend Princess Lilibet Diana's christening, even though both her grandfather, King Charles III, and her uncle, Prince William, missed the occasion. Harry's aunts, Lady Jane Fellows and Lady Sarah McCorquodale, the sisters of the late Princess Diana, were present at the gathering, according to Marie Claire. Read the full story 13 hours ago. 15:31 Jonathan King. Harry and Meghan face Oscars humiliation. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle face potential humiliation at the Oscars on Sunday as the pair have opened themselves to ridicule, a royal expert said. PR guru Matt Yanofsky warned the couple could be roasted during the Academy Awards ceremony after the comedy show South Park ripped the Band-Aid off. Mr. Yanofsky said, Meghan and Harry are no longer untouchable in the US. Read the full story 14 hours ago. 14:37 Catherine Meyer Funnell. Sarah Ferguson shares a touching detail about her mini Beatrice granddaughter Sienna. Sarah Ferguson has revealed the sweet nickname she has for her granddaughter Sienna Elizabeth Mopelli Motzi as she shared her experiences of being a grandmother. The Duchess of York was in New York promoting her new novel A Most Intriguing Lady when she sat down with Samantha Berry for an intimate chat at the 92nd Street Y. She referred to the one-year-old as a mini Beatrice as she shared her joy at being a grandmother with the Glamour editor and revealed the nickname she has for Sienna. Fergie said, I love seeing my girls, who are exceptional. Full stop. They're exceptional. Then, discussing her grandchildren, she added, then on top of that, these two little baby Eugenie, baby Beatrice, they're looking at me with the big eyes. They look like my girls. August is teaching me to play trains and diggers. And Sienna, is just mini Beatrice, and she gets little pink tutus, because Beatrice likes to dress her up like Barbie. Read the full story here. 15 hours ago. 13:41 Catherine Meyer Funnell. Harry and Meghan furious as King puts HRH ban on Archie and Lilibet. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are said to be furious as King Charles reportedly won't let Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet have HRH titles, a royal commentator has noted. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were told they would no longer be able to style themselves as His and Her Royal Highnesses after stepping down in 2020. And as the couple now confirmed Prince Archie Harrison and Princess Lilibet Diana will be using their titles, commentator Neil Shaw noted the children will also not be allowed to use the HRH style. Read the full story here. 16 hours ago. 12:02 Catherine Meyer Funnell. Future of royal residences uncertain as Charles plans major shake-up across Britain. When King Charles III ascended the throne in September, there were several reports suggesting the new monarch had progressive plans for his newly inherited palaces. Upon his accession, the king assumed control of a £35 million empire, a large proportion of which is real estate. Charles inherited palaces, castles, houses, cottages and ancient ruins which span the United Kingdom and are worth an estimated £21 million. The king, who has long been an advocate for sustainable development and took the throne in the middle of a cost-of-living crisis, reportedly wants to make the most of his property portfolio, with supposed ideas ranging from increased public access to establishing museums. Here, Express.co.uk takes a look at all the possible plans for the king's palaces. Read the full story here. 17 hours ago. 11:28 Catherine Meyer Funnell. King Charles snubs Prince Andrew's claim for £32k a year. Indian healing guru King Charles is reportedly refusing to pay £32,000 out of the Privy Purse for Prince Andrew's Indian healer as he looks to make more savings in the royal budget. According to sources, Andrew has been using the services of an experienced yogi for several years, and each year submits a claim for the monarch to sign off on the expense, which his mother Queen Elizabeth did without question. But in his first year as king, Charles has stood firm against his younger brother's demands and said he will have to foot the bill himself. The 63-year-old is said to invite the male yogi to Royal Lodge, where he stays for up to a month at a time, to treat him using chanting, massages and holistic therapy in the privacy of his home. Read the full story here. 18 hours ago 10:35 Catherine Meyer funnel Prince Harry and Meghan Markle mocked over highly ironic bid for royal titles. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle raised eyebrows after making the highly ironic decision to give their children royal titles, a royal expert said. The Sussexes first referred to their daughter as Princess Lilibet Diana in a statement about her christening this week. The palace also changed its website to recognize Prince Archie Harrison with his royal title. Royal expert Christopher Anderson said Harry and Meghan bounced King Charles into recognizing his grandchild and's royal titles with their statement. The author of The King, The Life of Charles III said the Sussexes were basically making the king's decision for him with a move palace aides would have found deeply frustrating. Read the full story here. 19 hours ago 09:14 Catherine Meyer funnel Fergie sheds light on Beatrice's parenting style with Sienna, dresses her up as Barbie. Sarah Ferguson, 63, is a loving grandmother to August Brooksbank and Sienna Mapelli-Mozzi. The Duchess of York travelled to New York to promote her new book, A Most Intriguing Lady. She told them moderator Samantha Berry, "I love seeing my girls, who are exceptional. Full stop, they're exceptional. Then on top of that, these two little baby Eugenie, baby Beatrice, they're looking at me with the big eyes. They look like my girls. August is teaching me to play trains and diggers. And Cece, Sienna, is just mini Beatrice, and she gets little pink tutus, because Beatrice likes to dress her up like Barbie." Read the full story here. 20 hours ago 08:15 Catherine Meyer funnel King Charles doesn't eat lunch, prefers to eat an unusual breakfast high in protein. King Charles, as the monarch, is constantly traveling up and down the country, as well as abroad to perform duties for the royal family. A nutritionist spoke to Express.co.uk to explain what diet the sovereign follows, including his unusual breakfast. Royal biographer Tina Brown confirmed in her book, The Palace Papers, that Prince William once warned guests at a breakfast buffet to stay away from his father's linseed breakfast at Highgrove House. The young Prince of Wales reportedly told guest Stephen Fry that King Charles' breakfast choice of linseed was like bird food. Ms. Brown wrote, "At breakfast at Highgrove, Fry was inspecting a buffet when he lifted a tureen that offered Charles' preferred heap of linseed. Prince William said, 'Oh no, don't go near the bird table, Stephen, that's only for Pa.'" Leading nutritionist Cygnus von Felt at Lifesome, the healthy eating app, has shared the benefits of King Charles' diet. Ms. von Felt acknowledged the benefits Charles is receiving from linseed. Linseed can aid digestion and is high in protein, fiber and essential fatty acids, omega-3. For breakfast, King Charles is known to enjoy homemade bread, fresh fruit and fruit juices, which have many nutritional benefits. Homemade bread typically contains more nutrient-rich flours such as rye and spelt plus fiber and protein-rich seeds, including psyllium or linseed. Fresh fruit and fruit juices will help to boost the king's vitamin, mineral and fiber intake. Read the full story here. 20 hours ago 07:56 Catherine Meyer funnel King Charles slimmed down monarchy plan overshadowed as new titles announced. Exclusive, King Charles' rumored plans for a slimmed down monarchy have been seemingly overshadowed this week, an expert said. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams noted how within just days a series of title changes involving members of the royal family in the line of succession have taken place. This string of changes is seemingly in contrast with the long-rumored desire of the sovereign to streamline the firm to make it more agile, modern and cost-effective. Mr. Fitzwilliams told Express.co.uk, the idea of a slimmed-down monarchy hasn't been much in evidence this week, with Archie and Lily receiving titles automatically and it being announced that Edward will become Duke of Edinburgh. Read the full story here. 20 hours ago 07:53 Catherine Meyer-Funnell. Good morning from London. I'm Catherine Meyer-Funnell and I'll be bringing you all the latest royal updates into this afternoon. Feel free to get in touch. Cathy Meyer-Funnell at reachbook.com